Hello.
I'm sorry, I claim no responsibility.
Roon claims no responsibility. Well, welcome. Welcome back, everybody, to Purge of the Serpentholds Seasons 2, Episode 1. We're calling this little arc, Tell Us the Tale. And I am so happy to see everybody here. We're all happy to be back. There was some very good news today, and that has made me certainly relieved and in a much better mood. So, first of all, if you haven't been here, or if you don't remember me, I am Corinne of Generally Roll the Roll. I'm known as Manic Pixie Girl on Twitter, and I hope everyone watching hasn't been doom scrolling too much before this. At least now things are good, so you don't have to. I mean, things are not actually good, but that is a blanket term. Things are improved slightly, so less doom scrolling, hopefully. Anyway,
it's still 2020. Let's be real.
It's still 2020. We're still gonna doom scroll. At least today, though, the doom scrolling is kind of intermittent with like, yay. Yay, and then there's more doom scrolling. So maybe focus on the yay a little bit today. We can go back to doom scrolling tomorrow because it's never gonna stop. But a few announcements, like usual. Firstly, I'd like to thank Ryan at Simulcray on Twitter for the theme song he created for the show. You would have heard that when you were on that. I actually didn't go to our starting soon screen. I forgot it today, but that's okay. I think you can hear it right now in the background. He has open commission slots on a new computer, so hit him up for all your music needs. I will post link in the chat right now. Boop. And then I'd also like to thank the Onyx Path for inviting us to run this show. If you haven't picked up the Scarlands Player Guide yet, you can get it via PDF from DriveThru RPG or in print from Indie Press Revolution. Linking those in chat for you right now. And also, the Scarred Lands has a new expansion called the Frostlands of Fenrir Lake. Probably saying that wrong, but we'll just say that's how I'm going to say it. It's now available.
That's actually right.
Oh, score! I'm bad at reading. It's now available via the Silesian Vault.
That one I haven't actually heard said out loud.
Yeah, I've never heard it said out loud, and I'm a very phonetic reader, so I just guess, basically. But a little birdie told me that there should be a sneak peek today, as long as we actually have the time. We're really bad at being very slow at doing things, because we get very distracted, but I have hope. And I'm going to link to that in DriveThru RPG right now. From what I've taken a look at, it's very cool and something we really haven't covered in Scarred Lands yet. Okay, Travis says he thinks I did great on both, so yay me. So the Silesian Vault, like Canis Minor, the Storyteller's Vault, and Storypath Nexus are a fantastic way to contribute to the worlds of your favorite systems. So get out there and share your fantastic stuff with the community. I've been considering putting some stuff out there. Maybe I will someday when I have time, which is a laugh. But finally, if you'd like to support this show, check out our Ko-Fi. As before, the link is in the chat. When I can find the chat. Haha, there we go. Without further ado, as always, I will pass the floor to my players. They can introduce themselves, tell a little about their characters and themselves, and then we can get on with the show. So, we're just gonna go down from me, so Hiromi, you're up first.
Hi, I'm Hiromi. I play Zasa, the snake girl wizard, who has focus. She has focus issues, because I do too. I am a writer. I do a lot of work for Onyx Path, as well as Green Ronin and a bunch of other companies. I also do my own short stories and novellas and novels, mainly queer genre fiction, because that's what I want to read, so that's what I'm gonna write. And I guess that means it's Candy's turn. Yeah.
Hello, I am Candy. I play Kyloic Thorncraft, aka Kai, the itty bitty tin can halfling paladin. And who, I don't know, let's see if she has more secrets this season.
We're just gonna keep finding secrets. We're gonna like look under a rock and find a Kai secret just like hiding like in a little hole. Like,
You're right.
oh! Who knows what that secret will be? I mean, she moonlights as a writer. She is now a part of the Ass League. At least, like, she's a fan favorite. She has a secret noble family.
She's an ass associate.
Yes, she's an ass
associate.
And an associate. What else did we learn about her?
And
she speaks bird.
Family,
Oh yeah, she's
a noble.
bird.
I speak bird. Yes, and my family are nobles who own a business delivering stuffs.
Kai is just like a magician pulling secrets out of a hat. Just this never-ending hat of secrets.
But yeah, so I am also the executive producer of Dicey Amazon's Twitch channel. We're always doing something. And by always, I mean every day. We have something going on between our Twitch and our Discord. So you can find us on Dicey Amazons everywhere.
And they are fantastic. Good content. Alrighty, next up, we have Megan.
And go with me. I didn't know if we were going to go around counterclockwise or back to the top. Hello, my name is Megan, as I almost ripped my headphones out of my ears to start with. I am playing Corinne. She's a blood-tainted Triton monk with anger issues, but she's working on it. She means well. She's overall a good girl, I think. She really likes butts. That's her in a nutshell. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into it.
I mean, you know, who doesn't like butts? I think we all do.
Villains.
Villains don't like butts. You heard it here, folks. If they don't like butt, they might be a villain. Alrighty. Next up, we have Roon.
Hello, I'm Roon. I'm playing Marigold, the most extra pink bard to ever walk the realm. He has a zebra as a friend.
Is it a zebra?
We'll find out. At any rate, yeah, no, I do, I make art, and I make art with Cubicle 7 on Age of Sigmar, so if you have any interest in those games, you can see my portraits and some of my character archetypes there, and that's all I got. I'm real sick, but I'm here, so...
And we're very happy to have you, and we hope you feel better, and that pretending to be an elven bard for, you know, a couple hours will help.
Hope so.
With some, that's what we're hoping for. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, Shawnee.
Hello, I am Shawnee of Showcat Cosplay, and I'm not muted. Ha! Starting the season off right this time. I played Shadow, the manticore kitty cat, who has the best lizard companion with a hearted gold Komodo. And yeah.
And it is fantastic to have you all back. Thank you for joining me. And this season is going to run a little bit different than the first one. I now have a little bit more of an idea of how you all play this game. And I've kind of taken that into account. So instead of having as much of a set plan in mind for what we're going to do, I have some arcs that can be completed in various orders. There are certain things that have to happen, like a handful, and the rest is kind of more like, what are y'all gonna do? But
Did we take dynamite to the train tracks, basically?
basically, I mean, that's why it took us so long to get anything done. And I'm like, I'm enjoying this, you're all enjoying this, but the train tracks are gone, and we're just like driving a train through like the desert. It takes a while. You get there eventually. And it was a blast. We had a fantastic time, so I don't begrudge you all for it at all. But
we transitioned to one of those carts where you have like the levers on either side that you're pushing.
Jack.
Like in the cart. Yeah.
Yes, and so I now have, this season is going to be a little bit more focused on your individual characters, with other things going on in the background, but basically each of you have a character arc a little thing that you're gonna do. And yeah, so I'll leave that there. You are still all looking for the pieces of Mormo, but you know, this is a character drama now, as it always has been. All right, let's actually get into this. Let me get to my roll 20, and I'll change the tone of this music a little bit. Do 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 do.
Music I've actually never heard because it makes me see colors.
Which I assume is very distracting.
Mm.
Let me turn that down a little bit. All right. Okay, so you are back at Nell's. We are kind of jumping right in here. It's been a couple months since you've seen Nell's last, maybe even more. And although it has stayed the same, as crowded and raucous as ever, you've changed. You're seasoned adventurers now. The brave souls whose tales you heard are now your peers, and the new, fresh-faced rookies look to you for your own stories. You hear various people kind of like coming up to you, and you hear, "You're adventurers, right? Tell us the tale. Tell us. Did you almost die? Was it scary? How much coin did you make?" Just a dozen questions from a horde of half-drunk patrons. You won't get any peace until you tell your tale. Now, you can choose to do this a couple different ways. Each of you can tell your own story. You can choose to tell the parts that you think your character focused on. Or you could kind of do a group narrative here, with each of you piping in when you have something you want to say. As is the rule at Nell's, the best story of the night gets a free round. So, if you are able to entice the crowds with your story, your drinks are free, at least one of them. If you keep telling good stories, maybe you get free drinks all night, because patrons might be buying them for you. So, who wants to hop up on that table and tell the tale?
I have a quick tale.
Yeah, go for it.
A very long one as well.
True.
Shaho just like brandishes her tail back and forth. Helps with the atmosphere. I think you could consider me a very good driver. I know that I have these claws, and that I can climb, and that I can run, and I have my fateful lizard Komodo that I can ride, but what I really like to do is drive. And boy did I. A full cart, me, my companions, the perforated plains. Spider web everywhere. And we knew just one wrong move could mean the last piece of sushi you ever ate, the last breath that filled your lungs, the last pint of beer in your glass that you had was it. And then there'd be nothing. And then all that would be left would be your bones trapped in web as a warning to others who can't drive as well as I. And we traveled through the perforated plains, and it so happens we caught the attention of lots and lots of spiders, so many spiders, more spiders than I'm comfortable with personally. I was not really happy about it, but it just fueled my passion to get us through there safely. And we narrowly avoided being snatched up by a giant spider in the perforated plains.
You hear a gasp from the crowd. A young, kind of fresh-faced adventurer with like big rosy cheeks and big eyes, as like their mouth dropped open. How did you get away from the spiders? Were you just too fast, or? Oh, I can't imagine.
We were fast, and I would turn here, and the lizards would take us this way, and I'd turn there, and then the lizards would pull us this way, and then we got away.
Wow. You hear kind of like a titter among the crowd. You get some applause. I would like you to roll a performance for me, just to see if you've really wowed them with this. They're impressed, but they do hear a lot of stories. So, you did good. You did good. The crowd is interested, but it's not the best story they've heard all night. You do, though, get a couple of, like, pats on the back. A kind of a wizened adventurer with a big, gnarly beard steps up to you. I've seen some stories in my day, and that was one of them. You know, I haven't driven a cart in a year. I usually sail. But I might have to learn now, in case I find myself in the perforated plains with all those spiders. And the piratey adventuring fellow buys you a drink, Shaho.
Megan, if you tell Caravan, if you tell a good story, you get free beer.
Who the hell is Megan?
Yeah, for a second there, I thought you were using my forbidden name. Only my mom calls me that. Okay, well, I've got a story. I mean, I feel kind of weird about everybody coming up and just like harassing us for stories. I think I've made my stance on that clear. Like, we are allowed to go out for dinner and just be left alone, and I think we deserve that. But you know what? If it's just a thing that everybody's doing, I guess I can respect that. And I want to talk about the best evening of my life, and that is when I met a cat. His name was Jeff. And he was the best boy. He was so much bigger than I thought he was gonna be, and he was like just really warm and cuddly and gentle, and I could have ridden him like a pony, but I didn't need to. We had a camaraderie. It was really good. And he was like, okay, he's with this guy Gregor, who was also really cool, and we were gonna fight him, I think, but then it turned out he was just under mind control by an evil Titan part. What was it? Was it like lips? Yeah, it was lips. Mm-hmm. He was controlled by lips. What a weird sentence. Could you imagine if you got murdered by a group of people because you were controlled by just disembodied lips? Well, I'm glad it didn't go down that way. And we're like best friends. And I got to meet his cat, and it was really great. And then we fell asleep cuddling each other, and then we woke up because the zebra was freaking out. And Roon, I don't want to steal your story about the zebra, but is it okay if I talk about the zebra a little bit?
Who's rude?
No, dang it! I get you!
I assume you're looking at me, darling, which means yes, you can talk.
Sorry,
about
I thought we were all using our code names. Shaho got me started.
Right, yes, the code names. Right, the code names. I forgot about the code names. What the fuck are we talking about the code names?
Metaloon, can I talk about Metaloon?
Yes, of course, you can talk about Metaloon. I have other stories. I have many other stories.
For a lot of stories, but this one is great. So yeah, the evening was fantastic. I got to play with the cat, and we were cuddling. And then in the middle of the night, I got woken up and dragged outside because Metaloon, who is this like really extra, like weirdly extra zebra that runs around with marigolds, was like scratching out really spooky sentences into the dirt. Like, it was extra spooky, and it was not the right season for it. I was not there for it. And it turned out that Metaloon is not actually a zebra, but is actually a secret person in zebra form, because when they were in humanoid form, they did some fucked up shit with like, what was it, like a wizard? Someone really powerful. They tried to get into stuff that they clearly shouldn't have, and they got turned into a zebra, and that's just their life now. The end.
You see that like a bunch of people in the bar are like clamoring for more information. They're like, a zebra? What even is a zebra? Oh, I've never heard of a zebra, but I've even less of a man turned into a zebra. And you've clearly...
It's like if you had a horse crossed with a Squatters League referee.
Oh, you kind of hear like some people understanding. You're not sure if they actually get what you're saying, but they're forming something in their heads. I would like a performance from you just to see how well you've told this story. You've interested people for sure, but have you really grasped
Clearly
it?
I told it very, very well. I can't believe you're going to make me roll dice for this. 8.
So, it's not the best best story of the night, but there's been some doozies, about someone turning into a giant octopus. There's been a story about, breaking into an incredible...
Octopus 1 was told already. That's not a fresh story. Can we just set the record straight here?
He tells it every time.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It should have diminishing returns.
Oh, it does with the regulars. But the newbies
Okay,
don't know it
good.
yet. That guy just tells a story to every set of rookies he sees. You were not special in getting that story the first time. It's there always. There's some sort of heist that people are telling a story about. But you do get 2 people come up offering you a free drink.
I'll take it.
There is a halfling with kind of like ruddy sunburned skin. Hey, I'm like 15, but I work in the fields. Anyway, I'd really like to get you this drink, but I can't buy liquor. Here's
Do you
some
usually introduce yourself by saying your age and your profession, not like, your name? That's really weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of a weird guy. Here's some gold.
Yeah,
You can get
I
a
don't
drink
want to
with
be the
this.
one to tell you, like, social... Okay, cool. 15-year-old who works in the fields. Do you want a beer?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go get one.
And then
Cool.
a more seasoned adventurer comes up to you. Well, that is quite the story. I would love to pick your brain sometime about these zebras.
Okay, well,
here.
my
A
brain
glass
is
of
mine,
wine
and I
on
won't
me.
share it, but okay, yeah, sure. I'll have some wine. I'll answer questions, but you can't touch my brain.
Everyone keeps asking her about the zebra. No one's asking her about the cat.
Everybody knows what a cat is. Why would you
Yeah,
have questions
Everyone
about
knows what a
cat?
cat is. But
Oh,
Yep.
no.
All cats have the same number of tentacles. They're base. You've seen one cat
Yeah.
tentacle. You've basically seen them
Are you
all.
kidding me?
No,
Imagining some quizzical looks after that.
we're not
This is-
kidding you.
you cat to be kidding me. All cats have tentacles.
Wow.
All right.
Wow, Megan.
So, speaking of Manaloon, we didn't really get to finish something up last season. Let me change our music real fast. Last season,
We went about to burst in.
yes, he clops in. There's a zebra in the tavern.
He's known for sticking his head in the windows, absolutely.
So, after the battle, you returned to Odyssey. You had some unfinished business to get there. Speaking of, mainly, was Meneluen. You had left him with Henry the Great, hoping that Henry could break the curse that was keeping Meneluen as a zebra. So, as you all approached the kind of burgeoning town that's there, Henry the Great's tent came into view, and one thing was immediately obvious. Meneluen was still a zebra. Whatever Henry had tried clearly hadn't been enough to break the curse. Do you think you all would have approached, or do you think you would have done something else?
Yeah, I think we
Yep.
would have
We-
approached.
Okay. So, as you get closer, you notice that Meneluen has a strange pendant kind of encircling his throat. I'd like you all to roll a perception for me. Just kind of see what you see on this.
Oh yes, my best stat.
Oh, okay. So, Marigold, you actually rolled pretty well there. Shaho and Marigold, you each notice a couple of different things about this pendant. Shaho, you notice that it's silver and engraved with a large letter H. And Marigold, you notice that instead of having like a standard chain or anything like that, it's hanging from a sturdy piece of twine, like a makeshift necklace, as if it really isn't meant to be a necklace. It has kind of a square top that the twine is going through, but it's not really a necklace, it seems. But as you all kind of get closer looking at Menaluan and this pendant, you hear a voice. Welcome back. And the voice is kind of soft, unsure, as if it's unused to speaking. Strangely enough, it doesn't really seem to be coming from anywhere. It's in your heads. All of your heads. And,
Are gods talking to us again?
No, boy. Here we go.
very soon, though, as you're all kind of like trying to figure out what's going on here, you hear, "Oh, you're back!" And Henry comes out of the tent looking tired, but moderately pleased with himself. He's always kind of pleased with himself, but he's a little bit more pleased with himself than usual. As you can tell, well, he's still a horse thing, but I did make some progress. Do you want to take it from here, Menaluan? And you hear that voice in your head again. All right. Might as well get used to it, I guess. He was able to counter some of the spells woven into my curse. Before?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, it's not perfect. I'm still a zebra.
Mm-hmm.
But you can hear me. I couldn't really think clearly before. I didn't know who I was, or what I was, or how I came to be this way. I was more beast than man, I think. That's safe to say, after so many years. And then he, kind of trails off. You hear kind of a silence in your head.
When there's silence, Caravan's gonna jump in. So now that you're less beast than man, does that make you, are you like a centaur now?
Well, I don't think so. I still have a horse face. And no arms or
Some
hands.
people do. Okay, well, yeah.
But I can think and I can speak, or this version of speaking. You can hear me, which is important.
You have like your memories and everything?
A little bit. Menaluan kind of like turns to you, Marigold, kind of like swinging his head back your way. When you sang, it caused a flicker of recognition when we first met. It was a memory of myself before I was like this. It wasn't much, but it was like water through a cracked foundation. Each little thing, the rose petals on the ice cream, the way you spoke to me like I was a person and instead of, just a beast of burden, it made that path a little bit wider. Eventually, I was able to get the message to you. Sorry about scaring you. I'm sure that was very unsettling. The message that I wasn't what I seemed. But even then, I couldn't really speak. Not like this. My brain was still cloudy. And he trails off, not really seeming to have the words. But then Henry pipes up, "If I may," and Menaluan nods. "Whoever cast this spell, or series of spells, I suppose, was quite talented. Some of the effects are obvious, the fact that he is a striped horse thing, mainly. But others
The word is zebra.
A zebra! Zebra! Perfect, yes, zebra. I do like that word. It's quite nice. Henry, like, actually turns around and writes it down in a book so he can remember. But, some of the effects are less obvious. More obscure. Henry kind of, like, throws his, like, the back of his robe back and sits down on a rock, crossing his legs very dramatically, as just about everything about Henry is dramatic. He was all but cut off from his memories. Although they all haven't returned yet, I have been able to remove the block itself.
Alright. So you will become more and more yourself as time goes on then?
I hope so. I have my voice now. Figuratively and literally. I don't know what it was, but before I could only think as an animal would. Feelings, fears, danger, safety, food. It was all very simple.
Right.
It's still difficult now. I'm not really used to thinking like this, but I am remembering more, yes.
Well, you have agency now. I mean, you've always had agency, but you really, really do have agency. You can express your desires and your wishes. Do you wish to come with us? I feel a little weird about just using you as a horse. A person.
Yes, that is kind of weird now, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, I don't mind as long as you ask. And he kind of like digs his hoof into the ground. I think I would like to stay with you, if that's all right.
Of course.
Don't
Absolutely.
really know who I am yet. Not really. But I think that maybe I might be able to figure it out and get back to, not being a zebra.
Yeah, we can keep looking. And I have a feeling I know who turned you into this, so once we find him again, it's just a matter of asking him to turn you back. Or maybe someday I'll be powerful enough to do it myself.
That is a nice thought. I have a feeling he wouldn't want to turn me back. He did do this for a
Oh,
reason,
that's awesome.
after all.
Well, you did steal from him.
Well,
Or try.
did do that, I think. And he kind of like trails
We'll
off.
figure it out.
You hear that silence again. Henry kind of pipes up, like, putting up a finger, like, one thing to be aware of. You can hear him now because of the pendant he's wearing. I
Right.
enchanted it myself. Quite a good bit of work given the amount of time I have. I had to enchant my belt buckle. It was the only silver thing I had on me, hence the big H. But, as long as you're within 5 feet of him, you can hear him. But so can anyone else within 5 feet of him. So it's not exact, it's not as perfect as I would like. Maybe just be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to this fine chap because people don't like a talking horse. And he kind of slaps Menaluan a little too hard on the back, causing Menaluan's ears to, like, flick backwards.
I
No.
kind of insert myself between him and Henry. Look, we're very grateful for what you've done for my friend here, but a little gentler, please.
Who would like a
Right.
talking horse? That just seems like the strangest thing that we've encountered so far.
Yeah. I feel like you could make a show about it or something, like a play about a talking horse. People
absolutely.
would probably like it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course, of course.
Are you gonna write a book about a talking horse now?
Kai.
Oh, me,
We all turn and look at Kai.
I might have a spot in a book for a talking horse.
That's from Monsieur Edward.
That's more of a like fantasy genre, though. I think weirdly.
It's not fantasy, it's real.
Yeah, but most people think it's real.
I mean, we do sort of live in a fantasy novel, just saying.
What's a fantasy novel in our world?
God, yeah, what is that?
Well, in the fantasy novel, everybody, a lot of people work like a desk job, you know, get up, the 9 to 5, come home, have dinner.
So it's all grimdark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
It's all pretty grimdark.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
I'll bet in fantasy novels, the gods are a lot quieter. They probably don't like ring you up when you're having dinner and ask that you go do something,
Right.
or like force you to have shared dreams with your friends.
Yeah,
Right.
gods are so
Dreams are
needy.
fine. I like having shared dreams with you, but I would prefer that there were one of our dreams instead of some weird thing that a god wanted to do.
Like something we initiated.
No offense, but
it's good.
it is rude.
Right.
You're struck by lightning. No. So,
All right.
kind of one last thing that Henry the Great says before you all, leave with Meneluin, trotting behind you. To break the curse, I think I'm not an expert here. This is very weird magic. But to break the curse and get this fine fellow back into his real body, I think you will have to learn his true name.
Oh. All right.
And then Meneluin
Can't be difficult.
kind of pipes up. It was taken from me, and I think that the only way to get me back is to find my name.
I thought maybe it was going to be like he had to be kissed by his true love or something. And honestly, that sounds easier. Do you think we could do that instead?
I don't know if I have a true love. Who's gonna want to kiss a zebra? Maybe another zebra?
Well, I just feel like we could just take you around and do lots of kissing people, and eventually one would stick. Whereas, like, finding a true name, we could just come up with letters all day and never hit it. There are a lot of letters, like at least 20. Who knows how long it could take? Like, how long is your true name?
I think it would be easier to run down a list of all of the names rather than to find everyone. Assuming that they're on Gelspot, maybe.
Is there a
each one
defined
on a
set of
different planet.
names?
Well, actually, we could probably go to the library and figure out, if we can get a sort of rough age, we can think of, the top 100 most popular names of that era, and then try those. Census records from whenever you were alive as a person.
Do you think that, because Meneluin did something real bad to someone real strong, right?
Right.
So couldn't we just, like, I don't know if anyone keeps, like, a history of people who've wronged them, but, like, maybe that guy...
Those are called burn books.
Burn books.
Writes down.
Or shit
things
lists.
like that. Yeah! Like, when you're so angry at someone that you just want to remember that you're angry at them.
Sometimes you want to dwell on the rage. I get it.
So we need to go to the shit list archive at the local library.
No, well, right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think.
Are there any... Do you remember anything from your past that might give us a clue to where to start?
He, kind of flicks his tail a little bit. Well, I stole from someone who didn't like it.
Right.
I, was a...
Oh, well, maybe he was a criminal, like a criminal. So there's, like, actual records of when, like, the town publicly, like, arrests him?
No, I don't know.
Do you know what geographical area you're from or were in?
Well,
was it on this continent? Was it on Gelspad or a different one? Or
I do think I'm from Gelspad, and I think that
that narrows it down a lot.
I practiced magic.
What's your feelings on the undead?
I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. And I think you all kind of like keep questioning him as you kind of start your journey again. gaining more information about Meneluin. You think it'll take some time to really figure out who he was, but you think it's possible. And that figuring out who he is probably the key to reversing whatever this curse is. But that's that for that little flashback. And we're back in the tavern. Let me...
Maybe he's from Hollowfaust. They have a lot of undead names there, so like it could be or you should try those.
Right.
Cheers, Caravan. We're storytellers.
Woo!
We're so good at stories.
Oh my god.
The tavern is still raring for more stories if anybody else wants to take a go.
I nudged Kai up onto the table.
And so I go, so as you've heard so far, our stories have some of everything. There was plenty of mystery. We were chasing around cultists, trying to retrieve. You know what? I even find it kind of weird what we were retrieving. Like large lips, a uvula, a finger that was taller than any building that you've ever seen. Like tons of mystery. There was action and adventure.
Oh, there was an eye too. There was an
There
eye.
was an eye.
There was, yes, an eye. There was tons of adventure. We had lizard races. And
I think we should tell them the story of how you got away from Chardoon. It might be personal.
I'm still working through that story.
Alright.
But yeah, you know, when you sort of decide on a different path, your beliefs and things like that, it that's also part of the adventure. But that one, you'll have to wait for that one. That one's not quite done.
Hmm.
We even had a dash of romance. Where Caravan here, which I'm shocked that she didn't mention, met some Nagas. And
I meet hot ladies every day. I have only met a cat once in my life, okay?
I'm gonna pause y'all for just a minute. We're having some, we can hear everybody fine, but for some reason Zoom has frozen up. So what I'm gonna do,
oh yeah, sure has.
I'm going to put us to our Be Right Back screen, and I'm gonna have to restart this meeting. But we will be right back, everybody, since you can all still hear us. I think Zoom is just having a little bit of a hissy fit here. We're having too much fun for it. So give me just a minute to swap this over, and then we can go from there.
Again.
Okay. I'm gonna mute us here. All right, we think we fixed it. Everybody's still moving on my screen. I've never had that happen before. I was hosting the meeting twice, so that's fun. Alrighty.
Oh, you were going back live. I was doing things with my mouth. Okay, we're fine.
Well, it wouldn't be us if we weren't doing weird things with our mouths. Anyway. Okay, so, we can kind of pick up where we were. I think there was another story that was about to be told.
Yes, so continuing on. But there's not every day that you meet Naga girlfriends. They're not very prevalent in this world.
Maybe you just need to be nicer and more open to new experiences. Like, Shaho, I gotta know, like, how many spiders is too many? Because if you have a major spider phobia, it's gonna keep you away from hot Naga girlfriends.
That is true.
Yeah, it's 100% true. So maybe it's less about the prevalence of Naga girlfriends and more about just not being accepting of critters with more legs than you're comfortable with.
I think it's just like the number of them that want to eat you versus the number of them that are just there and not trying to eat you and
That's
drag
also
your
true.
cart into a hole.
How many
and-
spiders want to eat you?
I think all of them at the perforated plains want it to eat me.
Most of them, I would say. Yes, absolutely most of them.
Probably.
And yet none of them ate us.
And you see that the crowd is pretty interested in Naga girlfriends. They're all like you see a young woman who's like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen a Naga. What would a Naga be like as a girlfriend?
Hi, are you also an artist? Can you draw Nagas?
Sadly, I am not an artist.
Oh man, thought I had another Kai secret.
I could try giving them a go.
If you were gonna say that artistry came down to a particular broad skill, what skill would you say that was?
Performance.
I think if I was saying that artistry was going to come down to a broad skill, I think that a case can be made for either performance or for just dexterity.
So maybe like a performance dex check instead of a performance charisma check.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to give it a shot, if you wanted to try and draw your girlfriends.
I already drew them in once, baby. I could do it again.
Oh no. I don't know what that means.
I'll try to sketch. Let's see. I am not proficient in performance, so this is just gonna be a dex roll. You have a big no.
Okay.
Nope.
So
This also holds up a stick figure drawing.
Oh boy.
Sasa has like a stick figure that's like just like a kind of human face with like a snake tail. And then there's like another face kind of like stuck off to the side. Caravan, your drawing is a little bit more proficient. Like you can tell that it has the body structure of a Naga. The faces aren't particularly attractive though. It kind of looks like, a child's representation of a face. But the body's okay.
They just don't have a good appreciation for reptilian facial structure, that's all.
Marigold will just be sitting sketching in the corner.
And
I drew a card.
So, Marigold, you are working on what is a proficient drawing. It is a very good representation of the Naga girlfriends. It's honestly very good considering you haven't really seen them in months at this point. And Shaho, you drew the cart?
Yes.
This is a fantastic cart. You really know cart anatomy. Everyone knows what your cart looks like. And did you draw like a little you driving it?
No, I didn't draw me.
Okay. So it's just
I don't trust myself to draw me.
It's just like a really good, like, still life drawing of a cart.
Detailed of the cart.
And now, you know, the pirate who bought you a drink for drawing a cart, for driving the cart, now buys you a drink for drawing the cart.
Yes.
Aye, that's a cart if I've ever seen one. Another drink. But, Marigold, do you kind of show your drawing around?
Yeah, I'll turn the drawing around. Well, they sort of look like this.
Oh. Wow.
They were very fetching.
Yeah, that's Narcissa and that's Nev, and they're really, really nice, especially considering that they've been locked up in the cave just eating people for like hundreds of years.
They eat people?
They've come a long way.
Oh, well, I don't know if I could have a
food's-
girlfriend who eats people.
Well, food's scarce out there, you know, that you just do what you have to.
It's either that or spiders.
They sort of taste like crab, if you've ever had.
People?
I mean,
Spiders.
with the right preparation. Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Spiders. We're not talking about people.
Oh,
I've
I
heard
thought we were
Yes,
talking
crabs.
about Nagas.
I've heard people taste kind of like pig. Anyway, wow, your girlfriends are really pretty.
They are, aren't they? Look at how pretty they are.
very true.
I mean, we don't just call them Naga girlfriends, we call them hot Naga girlfriends, so...
Well, you know, I'm not trying to get fresh or anything, but I'd like to buy, you and, you, Kai, for bringing it up both a drink. Oh, and
thank
Marigold,
you.
you too. That's a fantastic drawing. Very nice.
Oh, no, give my drink to Shaho.
Oh,
Or Kevin.
oh, if you're sure.
But
Well,
thank you.
What a good day today is!
Shaw's just getting so smashed.
Yeah.
Well,
This is why you go first, because then you just drink the rest of the time.
as far as I know, Zasa doesn't drink, and I don't know what Kai likes. Actually, can we just get around here, please? If you don't mind. For everyone. Marigold will pay for it, because he's that guy.
You see the owner of the establishment, Nell, actually walk up. She's like, "Oh yeah, I can get you all around. Definitely. Anything in particular you're looking for?"
Do you know how to make island specials, or was that just something that Fran could do?
I'm not familiar with the island special, no. But
Okay, well the key component is you put a little umbrella in it. Can you do that?
oh yeah, we definitely have umbrellas here.
Excellent. Do you have any other rain gear that you can put in the drinks?
Reindeer.
Just like a little coat.
Yeah.
You don't some galoshes.
Like a poncho?
Well, we don't have ponchos, but I can drape a little napkin over the straw.
Perfect. That's what I want.
All right,
Perfect.
I will make you something special, and I'll put an umbrella in it, and a straw, and we'll put a napkin over the straw. Sound good? All right.
That's all I want.
And you see that, like, Nell
So
is
confused.
an iron bread, and you don't think you've ever really seen one have customer service face before, but you think that's what this is.
Okay, that's delightful.
She turns around to go make the drinks. You hear some like cluttering around, like she's like grabbing napkins and straws and little umbrellas, and then she comes out with a tray that has tall glasses that are filled with it looks like there might be some rum in there or something, along with like some other stuff. Like she just kind of like poured stuff in she thought would work well together. And then there's a little umbrella. The umbrellas are like bright yellow, and little straws, and then just some plain like white napkins have a hole poked through them, and the straws are sticking up, so that it looks like they have little ponchos.
Meanwhile, Caravan is talking to Zasa. She's like, I just don't understand. Like, I've definitely seen these drinks come in boots before, and if we've got a theme going, like, you have an umbrella, why couldn't they be in rain boots? That's all I'm saying. Like the glasses.
No, that
You know what
follows
I mean?
logically. Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense to me. I don't get the why just one piece of the theme and not the whole. Like you got to go into it.
I feel like glass blowers are getting complacent and not really exploring the full artistic avenue that they have. I mean, I understand it's a very difficult craft, but I mean, if you don't push yourself,
Is it so
don't-
difficult that you just do the one shoe shape your whole career? We
I
could
would
be
hope
drinking
not.
out of like slippers, glass slippers.
At the very least, you would think that they wouldn't all be right boots, but they are, and they could at least branch out and make a left one every now and then.
I don't know what's
Complacency.
being talked about here. I'm so confused.
I mean, does it matter what you're drinking it out of as long as you're drinking it?
It's a whole aesthetic experience that you
Yes.
have to absorb
It's-
as an entire unit. It's
Presentation is
Every
very
detail.
important to the enjoyment of these things. You start drinking with your eyes, and then your liver.
Nell puts the tray down in front of you and gives a drink to everybody. All right, well, I hope you enjoy. I'll put it on the tab for now, but if you do end up getting best story of the night, would you like this to be your round on the house?
Oh. Wow. No, I'll get this one. Really.
All right, if you're sure.
No, I'm definitely sure. It's fine.
Alrighty. Well, honestly, there's not too much very expensive in here. For all the drinks, we'll say 5 silver, including all the little umbrellas and little extra napkins.
This is gonna be a dangerous night for Shaho.
I hope I hope we're not driving anywhere because I definitely can't. No carton for this girl.
All right. Does anybody else have a story they would like to tell?
Normally I would, but I feel more comfortable letting other people take the spotlight tonight. Also, surely you've got something.
There's another part of the cat story that hasn't been told. It's not so much about the cat so much as it is our friend that we met. So we had gone to the Gascar Peaks, which are known for being in very treacherous mountain range, and the Murmurs Pass was, well, everyone who had visited that pass recently was saying that it was tremendously loud and that everything echoed and that there was basically a hurricane there going constantly, which doesn't sound like a smart place to go. But we were more adventurous than we were cautious at that moment, so we decided that it was worth the risk and that we should go into the hurricane on top of the mountain. And as we were traveling, we first got to the base of the Gascar Peaks, and we found a lot of bodies there. Apparently, the winds had been throwing people off of the mountain for quite some time, and we gave them proper burials, and we made sure that they were remembered in their final moments. In fact, Marigold directly observed one of their final moments with a spell that he had recently acquired that allowed him to see someone's final moments through his own eyes. And as you can imagine, the final moments of someone who was plummeting to their death after being blown off a mountain were traumatic, to say the least. So was a bad day for marigolds.
No, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but after a little blood coming from the brain and a little cerebral sinus fluid leaking out, but Marigold was back to normal. It's okay if you don't remember that part. It's better if you don't really.
What?
That's fine. Don't worry about it. And then we started climbing up to the top of the peaks, which were very treacherous because we couldn't really get like a good purchase on it. We couldn't like gradually take it path up because that's where the winds were strongest, and we would just get blown off the mountain. And we had seen what happens when you get blown off of the mountain. So we decided that we were going to take a very narrow path that kept crumbling, and our lizard mounts did not like this. All of our lizard friends were upset that we took this path, and at one point, Caravan had to like get a little hairband for Fancy, except Fancy is a frilled lizard and doesn't have any hair, but it was still a hairband because it pulled Fancy's frills back, which is great because otherwise Fancy's head would basically be like an umbrella in a hurricane, which is bad. I think we can all agree on that.
Can you imagine the lizard just like flying through the air?
That
I
sounds
can.
cool.
It seems really amazing. And
Well, Fancy would have been screaming the whole time.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Fancy would not have liked that. It would have looked spectacular.
We've seen plants fly
but-
through the air.
You would have been.
That's true. Where is our plant? Where did he go?
You can look out the window and you see Spike kind of like fluttering around out there, like just enjoying the sun.
Hi, Spike.
Spike kind of wiggles around and you see a shimmy of leaves.
It's a good plant. Where was I? Oh, yes. And so, as we were climbing, the wind blew tremendously and kicked up a lot of rocks and whatnot, and some of them hit me in the face, and I did not like that. But I stayed conscious long enough that we found the source of the wind, which, as it turns out, were a pair of Mormo's lips.
That's true.
I say a pair of Mormo's lips, but she only has the one mouth, so.
Right.
And
you hear kind of like a gasp in the bar. Even some of the more seasoned adventurers are on the edges of their seat. Like, you actually found a piece of a Titan. That's something.
yeah, and as we got closer, we also saw that there was a rather dehydrated man nearby, and those of us with the blood of Titans in us, we kind of felt a kinship to this person, which under the circumstances is not good news. And so while he appeared to be a human male, there were hints that maybe his chest would split down the middle and that fangs and tentacles would fly out, which, as it turns out, could definitely happen. Those are anatomical features that he absolutely has. But we, rather than trying to fight him, which seems rude because he hadn't done anything to us, we decided that we would talk. And the mystery of what happened to his friends who disappeared from the mountain was explained to him. We had the unfortunate task of having to explain that his friends had recently died of sudden impact with sand. And we let him know that we treated his friends well, and that we gave them last respects and buried them, and we're still friends. And he let us take the mouth of Mormo, and we could go ahead and go stuff it in a sack, and then the Gaskar Peaks stopped having a hurricane, and we could actually hear each other speak, which was fantastic.
That was great.
I'd like you to roll me a performance check with advantage. The
Inspiration.
with inspiration, it seems.
Add a D4.
Ooh, a 15. All right. So you hear that the crowd's basically clamoring for more. And this is one of the more interesting stories of the night. You know, as much as Naga girlfriends and carts with spiders and a talking zebra, we're all very outlandish and interesting and strange. Finding an actual piece of a titan and stopping what seemed to be a natural disaster that was occurring, that is some real next level adventure stuff. You know, people are buying you drinks left and right, Zasa. Whether you want to take those drinks or not is up to you, but people are very interested in this story.
It seems rude to turn them down. It also seems like a terrible idea for me to drink them all. But
Do you
what
need
if we
help,
evenly divided
Zasa?
them? Yes, if we evenly divided them between all of us, then that seems like that would be both a fair way and a polite way to apportion the gifts.
Then I propose a toast. A toast to stopping a hurricane. Because I didn't
would
even
drink
think
to
about that.
Me and my Gatorade, whatever this is. Give me the bottle. Blue.
Should we drink hurricanes to toast the hurricane?
That's actually a brilliant idea.
I'm digging the theme aspect of the night. I think we should try to stick with that.
Are you missing the ocean?
What? What about the ocean?
Are you missing the ocean?
Well, I mean, it has been really dry lately. We haven't done any water adventures.
That's true.
I was just
You swam
thinking
for
about...
the eye when you like plucked that giant eyeball out of the
Yeah,
sea.
but that was incredibly spooky and not like, oh, I'm back at home. It was like, I mean, it wasn't good. I was like, oh, let me go under the water, which was poison water, by the way, and not great. And then I swam down like 10 feet and it was just like, "Wah!" And it was like, you know how sometimes when you're watching a play and they're testing their sound effects and they do that "Wah!" really thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no.
It was like that. And I might have peed a little bit, but it was okay because I was in the water.
Well, not anybody's going to be drinking that water. It was poisonous, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get in it.
No,
I could get in
no,
it,
definitely the worst place to go swimming.
And this is
Did
why
we mention
Tritons
the lung?
are great friends.
You mentioned the lung fight that we had.
Oh god, well we had to like go inside the lungs of Mormo.
The
We
blood
were
man.
in lungs. We were fighting phlegm monsters that were actually like blood beasts, and they were terrible. And then we finally ran away from them, and then we got outside, and then we were confronted by Ryasa, who looked like a hot elf, but was actually a hag. And I don't mean that to be like ragging on her
No, she
appearance
was
because that would be
actually-
rude. But like,
actual, yeah.
like an actual hag.
Literal hag.
Awful. And then she had all kinds of like mooks with her who were also awful, and we had to beat all of them down. Like they made us do that, which sounds like victim blaming behavior, but no, we had no choice. It was really bad. And then
And that was after we went through the forest with all the trees who were really, really angry. But they were like,
yeah, I
"Oh,
would say it
cool."
was like the climax. And then Marigold was like reunited with a frontal fish.
We've done a lot of landscape changing things.
We have actually sort of changed
True.
an entire countryside with the removing the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's been
And general saving of the world.
what a strange
deal.
adventures it's been. Yeah, no.
We're heroes! Cheers!
I don't know, heroes.
There's some people cheering in the bar. They don't really. Some of them haven't even been listening, so they don't know what they're cheering for. But they're also very drunk. So
Hey! Yeah,
They
it's like
hear
when somebody
cheering.
goes, "Hey!" in the bar.
yeah, everyone's going, hey! Some people know why, other people don't. But it's a general feeling of camaraderie. But speaking of the climax of last season, there is a little bit more. Now, after you got the lungs, Cena did show up because you needed something to do with them. Just carrying around some giant lungs really wasn't going to fly because they wouldn't get small enough to fit in the bag, unfortunately. However, let's go to another flashback. Alrighty, gotta get to my notes. After Cena arrived, she told you all that it was time that you see where all these pieces are going. There had been a lot of concern as to where they're going, what was being done with them, especially now that you all are pretty certain that Morin, Cena's boss, is a traitor of some kind. You don't know exactly what she's doing, but you know it's not good. And even Cena's coming to realize this. Her notes are being stolen. Her research is being taken and used by people that she would really prefer it not to be. And knowing that you are some of her only allies in this case, some of the only adventurers that she sent out that have succeeded and not been killed by Morin. Mainly, you think, because Morin didn't see you a threat until recently. Cena had taken you aside and said, I think it's time that I show you where these pieces are going. If you would like to accompany me, it will be about a week's journey.
Well,
I'd like
anything else?
that.
I mean, we do want to know.
Yeah, I would like to know what we've been contributing towards this whole time. Absolutely.
And just making sure in general that it's safe and secure.
Of course. I had to be certain I could trust you before I showed you this. But considering everything we know about Morin now, you're some of the only people I can trust. All right. And so, after a week of travel, a foreboding building stands before you. It's made of finely crafted stone, and it's practically oozing magic. It is well guarded and well hidden. You had to go quite a ways to get here, and it wasn't an easy path. Honestly, you think that you may not be able to find it again without Cena's guidance. And she, kind of does a broad, sweeping gesture. Well, here we are. This is the Phylacteric Vault. This is where all the pieces have been going. I thought you should like to see that they were being put somewhere safe, once and for all. At least, when we can get them here. And then
What's it look like? What is this place?
Well, and she, kind of pauses. You might have heard of it. Here are some of the most rigorous and well-known researchers in Gelspad. They are finding ways to protect us from magic and making sure that powerful magics don't fall into the wrong hands. They aren't perfect, of course, but they are not beholden to any one government, and they consider themselves a separate entity of sorts. Although they are here, just outside of Derekeen, they do not consider themselves beholden to the area. And then she kind of holds up a hand to you, and then goes and speaks to one of the guards outside this building. After a quick conversation, it's clear they recognize her. It looks like they do some sort of verification process to make sure that she's actually her and not somebody posing as her. She ushers you all through the massive door. It opens with like a big creak. And inside is just this cavernous, twisting hall. Wizards, sorcerers, casters of all types wander through the stone corridor, ducking into rooms, paying your ragtag lot little mind. They all seem caught up in their studies, their research, and whatever it is seems important. You walk for what seems like an eternity, descending into the depths of the vault. In fact, it almost seems as if you have gone too far down. The way the stairs twisted and turned, the way the darkness seemed to grow ever darker. This isn't a standard sub-level or basement. But eventually, a literal vault stands before you. The large door is made of some sort of strange stone-like material and covered in carved sigils. It towers over you, reaching the ceiling of the hallway.
Neat.
This place
Wow.
is massive.
Yeah, all right. That's impressive. How far underground are we? Because I don't really know that I want to think about that.
She kind of looks up as if she's trying to figure it out herself. I honestly don't know. I didn't quite count the flights, and it's hard to tell. One of the guards that's on either side of this vault door laughs. You're very far down. We've got I think if this entire place were collapsed, you'd be crushed instantly.
That's terrifying.
That's
I don't like thinking about that. To be
Same.
honest.
But we
Yeah.
don't have to have very much earth above us to be crushed instantly. Like when you say that we're very far under, how many varies? Like
Very, 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 very,
very,
very, very.
like
Well,
like
each vary is
2.5
exponential,
varies.
right?
The
For every vary, it's like 500 feet. So.
the guard on the other side
How big is a vary?
pipes up. I would say that we are very, very, very far down.
So 3 varies.
Interesting.
And then
That's exciting.
Karen-
We would
Go
definitely
ahead.
die if this place collapsed.
Thanks for that, Zasa. Really.
What's good? It's good to know that ahead of time.
Another guard, not one of the ones who spoke just yet. It seems like one kind of like comes around the corner. It seems like they've been summoned. They're clad in what seems to be a tactical robe. Seems it has lots of pouches, lots of straps, and there's lots of things on them. They survey Sina before giving her a nod, and then they turn to the vault and begin to chant. The 2 other guards join in on this chanting. It seems that they know the words, but you're not really, you've never really heard this chant before. It's not something that you're familiar with. Before long, the sigils on the door start to glow, and the complicated locks begin to spin and twist, opening seemingly of their own accord. The door, as massive as it is, swings open. You all have to kind of back up, and then you're all ushered inside. Although the inner sanctum is plain, the items inside fill the space with such an intense sense of magic that the air is alive with it. Like ozone, you can smell the energy in the air. It dances across your skin and raises your hair on end for those of you who have hair. And for those without hair, perhaps your scales feel a little bit tingly. At the back of the room, a force field stops you all from moving any further, at least just yet.
This is pretty damn secure.
Yeah, so far looks good.
I want to casually take out my Mormo compass and see if it's pulling me toward anywhere in this place.
Ooh.
So as you pull out the little amulet, you hold it in your hand, and your hand is like harshly tugged towards the force field. You actually have to drop the amulet or have your hand go into the force field. I'll let you choose whether you want to drop the amulet or whether you want to smack into this force field.
Does this force field seem like the type of force field that's like, whoa, and you'll bounce off of it? Or does it seem like the type of force field that like you touch it and it goes whoosh and you just lose your touching part?
You don't know a lot about force fields, just, you know, as Caravan.
Do I?
I don't think you do. Maybe you do. Give me a force field check.
Force field check. Oh boy.
Apparently.
Apparently
you know
good
more
force
about
field
force
knowledge.
fields than you think.
We have underwater cities. They have force fields. I know these things.
Perhaps that's it. Yes, you are familiar with force fields
Clever.
because of underwater cities, and this seems like a very powerful one. This isn't just a force field that's meant to keep water or people out. It seems like it's meant to deflect very strong magic. It seems like if you were to touch this force field, you yourself would be affected by some very, very strong magic. You don't know what it would do, but it would do something.
Oh, it's tempting to do some science, but I think,
gotta know. I gotta know.
Oh no.
Can
Toss a pebble
I
at it.
test your force field, please?
The guard, the one who kind of like came around the corner to help initiate the chanting, looks at you with like an eyebrow raised, and their face is covered kind of like by a big hood, but you get just enough light from the force field to kind of make out some features, and you are able to see that eyebrow raise and like a quirk of their lips. You want to test the force field?
Yes. I would love to know how it reacts to forces, and that both for academic curiosity and so that we can be sure that everything is safe and secure here, besides the obvious imminent threat of crushing.
Well, all right. If you'd like to test it, test your metal against it.
Thank you.
All right, how are you going to test this force field? What are you going to do?
3-stage test. First, I'm going to use this pebble, and I'm not actually going to touch it with my own physical body because, well, starting off with that method is ridiculous, so I'm not going to.
Okay, you chuck the pebble into the force field, and it stops as soon as it hits the force field. It kind of seems to stick to the force field. And then you see it shake a little bit. And then it
Fascinating.
falls to the ground.
Do you want me to shoot an arrow at us also?
Sure.
All right. So this is a big force field. You really can't miss it. It's basically taking up the whole back of this room. So anything other than a nat 1 and you hit this force field. So, Shaho, as you shoot that arrow, it digs into the force field, or at least it looks like it does. But then the tip kind of stops, and it never clears through the force field. It shakes, like the pebble, but instead of just falling, it is bounced back. It hovers in air for a minute, and then clatters to the ground.
I've never seen an arrow do that before.
Wow. Oh, that's impressive.
I mean, I was worried that it was gonna like hit it and then bounce back, and I was gonna have to be like, everybody duck. But that's safer. That's definitely safer.
It is much safer. I do appreciate that. Okay, so I have one additional test that is by far the most perilous. But it will also tell me the most amount, and it's also the most fun.
Zasa, what exactly are you planning on doing?
I take a step away from Zasa.
I take a step towards Zasa.
Is this
So-
like how you test a magical fence by peeing on it?
Oh no.
I mean, you have to measure
Oh my
how
goodness.
much pee you're putting onto
They're
it, but yeah, it's
there.
basically it's the same principle.
Well, I mean, if
So-
you know your standard volume, it's fine. Go ahead.
So, I have this magic staff that I haven't actually gotten to use because it involves getting into the middle of combat, which is a bad idea for me. But this is a thing that I can do right now, and well, you'll see.
Yeah, Caravan's taking a
I-
step back at
I
the
just need
staff
to
coming out.
point the staff at the force field and stand, let's say 5 feet away,
I'm gonna ready dodge.
and
Okay,
I'm gonna go like hide behind one of the people down here.
Wait,
Just
hold on, Zasa.
step behind one
Um,
of them and like peek out.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna hold cure wounds just in case for Zasa. This can't go badly.
you all seem like you're ready. We'll go ahead and proceed with the test, which, by the way, is the magic keyword. Oh shit!
Oh no. What? What?
All right,
What?
and to be clear,
Ooh, 60.
Yes, it is the flash. Yes, it is the Flashwood Staff.
Oh.
all right. So, with the Flashwood Staff, this is a very specific item. Do you want to read that flavor text? Tell everybody what they see here.
By spending a bonus action, one may thrust the staff in a direction and then roll 6d10. The result is the number of feet one is dragged by the weapon in the indicated direction. Keeping one's footing afterwards, if staying on the on ground level, requires a dex save equal to half the resulting distance, or fall prone, or lose one's grip on the staff. If the direction is without ground underneath you, it's a strength save, the same difficulty to hold on afterwards. Should the staff come into contact with walls, stone, etc. on its path, it should be treated accordingly. Damage to the weapon, to the damage to the object. Pointing the staff at another creature and using the ability is a ranged attack. Letting go of the staff for any reason immediately turns off the flying effect.
All right. So, are you trying to stay on your feet, or are you just letting this pull you where it takes you?
That's
All right.
worse than what I thought.
Zasa is fine going flying.
Okay, so you point your staff at the force field, hold it out,
I don't like this.
and it pulls you forward. You are pulled off your feet. And first, the staff hits the force field. It goes about
I really don't like this.
halfway in, and then stops as if it can't go any further. You, brought by the force of this staff flying into the force field and stopping, continue moving forward, smacking into the force field. And
Oh boy.
as your body makes contact, you feel a very peculiar feeling. It's
Oh,
like
no.
electricity and cold at the same time. It's like cold lightning moving over each part that is touching the force field. I would like you to make a con save for me. Hey,
Oh.
pretty good.
Hey.
I'm a scientist.
Oh boy.
You, with that 20, you're able to pull back from the force field. But that's all you can do. You are frozen in place. You're not actually cold. Your body is petrified. You cannot move. You feel as if you've been turned to stone, and yet if you could look down, you would see that you look completely normal. And your hand is still grasping the staff, which is still in the force field, but you were able to pull the rest of your body out.
Oh wow, alright. Are you okay?
I think so. I mean,
You can't move, but
Can I remove Zasa from the force field?
yeah, give me a just a strength check to trying to pull Zasa. I know you're
Yeah,
great at those.
yeah.
You're great at those.
11.
You're trying to pull Zasa back, but with that staff still in the force field, you're not really able to get purchase. You're grabbing onto Zasa and pulling, and your feet are sliding out from under you. Does anybody else want to help?
My high heel boots
I'll-
have no grip on this floor.
I'll
You
go ahead
like
and
when you're
help.
trying to like do things with in like high heels.
Never mind.
So now Kai is helping,
What am I
you know,
supposed
she's grabbed onto the other side of Zasa and is pulling, and she's having kind of a similar problem. Her legs are like sticking, but there is some movement. The staff has come out of the force field a little bit. It's still hanging on by a thread, though. Zasa, your fingers are still kind of in that force field. Does anybody else want to help?
I tried.
Oh, yes. Okay. So,
So y'all.
Yeah. Is there any sort of dexterity base? Like, could we wedge Zasa out? Okay, look, no, I have an idea. Shaho, what we need to do is like shoot something right at the space between like Zasa and the force field, and it'll eject out and push her out.
That sounds like precise shot, and I'm not very precise.
Please don't shoot Zasa.
So
We don't need to put her out of her
just-
misery yet.
Maybe. Oh my god.
Yet.
What? No.
It might happen. I'm just saying, she's stuck. This is no way to live.
Well, what if we tie a rope around the part of the staff that's sticking out and pull?
Marigold will just turn to the guards.
they are watching with delight on their faces, but
I don't know if we didn't start with just peeing on the field instead of hitting it with the magic staff. I feel like you escalated. It went past one of the science steps.
seeing you
I have learned so much from this experiment.
seeing you turn to them, Marigold, the guard who approved the test is like, have you seen enough?
I think we've seen enough. Please unstick my
Well,
friend before my friends
yeah.
do something really monumentally stupid in this very secure vault.
Yes.
Yeah, please unstick her. But I do have a question once that's done.
Of course, yes. We would hate to have to clean the entire vault. All right. The all three of the guards start chanting again, and the force field starts to flicker a little bit. Give me just a moment here. I got some more flavor text for you. Okay, so one of the guards, the woman who's on the left-hand side, she begins doing some complicated hand gestures as the chanting is going on, and the field flickers and flickers, and then it fizzes out. The staff separates, and Zasa, your hand holding the staff, like kind of drops like a stone. You feel heavy, but you can breathe, and then movement starts to come back to your limbs. The cold, petrified feeling starts to fade. It kind of fades from your back to your front, with the part that was touching the force field last coming back. And then finally, you can remove your fingers from the staff if you like, and you can move freely about the cabin.
That was amazing. I'm going to be taking notes for a while.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, when Caravan had the pendant that draws someone towards these body parts, it still worked. Have y'all had anyone come upon this place?
We have not, mainly because the door that you pass through with those sigils, that door, while closed, blocks off the aura of Mormo, stops that pendant from working.
Oh,
It will only work once
it's like
it
a
is
signal
inside the
jammer.
vault.
oh, that's good, actually. Just so this place can't be, say, scryed upon or
It cannot.
spied on.
That is, this vault is one of the most secure places in perhaps all of Skarn. And then,
I think we've seen enough.
Sina kind of steps up. We feel that this is the best place to keep the pieces. They are separate, but safe, and not affecting the land. And you notice that now the force field's gone, you can actually really see the pieces. And they're not in the same state as you last saw them. The fingers, the eyes, the lips, they have all been shrunk to an even smaller size and encased in stone. Their shapes stick out of book-sized bricks, appearing more like decorative designs than actual body parts in the stone. Each piece is shrunk and then entombed in stone. These bricks cannot leave the force field without enlarging to the point of being near immovable. It isn't a perfect fix, but you've seen the havoc that they wreak when they are left to their own devices.
Yes, that's true.
They are still all together, though. Are there not, like, ways you can split them up further?
I mean, that would require the individual destruction of each piece, right?
It would.
And that's very difficult.
Well, I mean, like, entombing them and, like, is
Different
this...
places.
Like, is it green gods, or is it one room?
At this time, there's only one room. But
Got it, okay.
if more pieces are found, we can build additional places. At this time, all should be kept here, as it's one of the few secure places without people being able to meddle. But if we do find enough pieces that we can't fit them here, then we will go from there, I suppose.
It does seem very secure, but like you were saying, they couldn't take them out without embiggening the pieces, and then it would be really hard to take them out. But if their goal is just to put all the pieces together, like Shaha was saying, they really don't need to. They can just pull out these little, I'm picturing Han Solo and Carbonite.
That's basically the deal.
They could just pull them out and pop them out, and Momo could be summoned right here.
Well, oh, go ahead.
No, that's valid, actually.
Well, that is something we have considered. At any time, there are numerous guards who are in place here, and there are numerous safeties. When this force field goes down, we are alerted. And you cannot enter the force field as you've seen. But in the event of somebody coming here to try and join the pieces here, they would need to have all the pieces together at once in this one space. And honestly, it's not big enough. And later, when we have more pieces, we will create separate rooms. And it would be unlikely they'd be able to get all the pieces out of all the rooms and join them all together at the same time. It is possibly doable, but we don't expect it to happen. Then again, nothing is foolproof.
Out of character aside, did we keep any of the pieces, or did we hand them all over? Like, I thought we might have kept
I believe you kept
uvula.
one. Yes, you kept the uvula. Sina does not know you have that in your bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
As you're all kind of discussing this, weighing the pros and cons, a cloaked figure enters from behind you all, moving on silent feet. They never lower their hood, but you know that they're watching you, and praising you. And you see that Sina has pulled out the lungs as they are now. They have not been entombed yet. This individual begins to chant, their hands moving in unnatural and impossible ways that even as you try and watch it, you can't understand what they were doing. It's like your mind cannot process what you're seeing. Unlike the other magic that you've seen before, these lungs are able to even shrink further than they are now, get smaller, and they begin to float. The hooded individual guides the floating lungs to a vat in the corner of the room. It bubbles and churns, filled with a silver gray material. As they lower the lungs in, the liquid goes still, seeming to harden, before beginning to bubble once more as the lungs are raised back out. Like the other pieces, they are now entombed. The mysterious figure guides the floating brick to a pedestal, and there it rests, joining the other pieces without ever touching them, or actually being touched. And then this kind of strange hooded individual turns to you. You have done well. Better than we could have hoped. We had doubted Sina when she picked you. But it seems even the Flakteric Vault can be wrong. You deserve a reward for what you have done. We can provide gold, if that is what you truly want. But many come to us for our knowledge and connections. Now, you can choose whatever reward you wish. And now that this is done, there are Serpentholds all over Skarn. It will take us time, and Sina time, to locate more. Will you be ready when we call for you again?
What do you think?
If you guys are prepared to continue, I want to continue with you.
I think the only reason we wouldn't be ready is if there were some kind of weird circumstance where we were all like drinking at a tavern, but I mean that doesn't happen very often. So,
I mean, that seems like a strange situation where we would have to have a large number of drinks given to us and for us to.
We
all
usually keep our
there.
wits about us. So,
You know, I barely drink.
I don't think that it's really a matter of being ready so much as being willing, because once we're told of more pieces of Mormo to track down and secure, then we'll have to become ready, because who knows what sort of dangers we'll face in the process.
Exactly.
Astute answer. Well, I do hope to meet you all again. Perhaps when we've built a second vault. But for now, you can speak to the registrar on your way out to choose your rewards. And I bid you farewell. The hooded individual turns, leaves the room, and as they're leaving, all the other guards begin chanting once more, and the force field seals back up with a
is this just like a dentist's office where when you're leaving, they have a little treasure chest that you get a pick from?
yes.
Kind of the vibe that I'm getting.
Everybody take a lollipop.
Yes, there's a little treasure chest with the registrar. And so now you do get the option to choose what sort of reward you would like. You can choose gold. I won't tell you the amount until you've all chosen. But you can also choose something like information. You wouldn't get it immediately, but it would be gotten to you. You can choose kind of leverage. The Flakteric Vault has a lot of leverage in Gelspad, and you could basically have a favor with them, where you can come back when you need aid. But you can also ask for something else. Basically anything you think of, there might be a way that they can help you.
I think I'd go for information. What about the rest of you?
Thinking either that or the favor.
Are we all picking individually, or
You do.
are we
You
picking one
each-
reward as a group?
You each get one reward, so you can individually pick something.
I would like a wondrous item.
Okay. Is there a specific sort of wondrous item you like?
I would like something. I don't know how specific you want me to get, because it seems like you want us to be kind of vague and then you surprise us. But my goal here is not like, oh, I want something that gives me a stat boost in combat, but I want something that's utility that might come in clutch in an odd situation.
Okay. I will write that down, and then I will find an item that the Phylacteric Vault will get to you. So, Karen,
A thunderous item, if you will.
a thunderous item.
Thunderous item.
I think I too want an item.
Okay.
I'd
What
like
sort of
something-
item you think you would like?
Something that allows two people to be able to communicate across vast distances.
Aww.
Aw. Communicate across vast distances. Okay. Okay. And
And I want it like almost instant. I don't want it to have to fly.
okay. So you want something quick. You want quick, instant. You want a cell phone.
Maybe modified sending stones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kai, you want a favor, is that right? You want a...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the favor.
Okay, so a favor with the vault. Okay, and Marigold, you wanted information. Any particular information?
I want to see if they can help me with Manaloon. That's
Okay.
currently really the only thing I have.
You want help with Manaloon.
I don't need items. I don't need gold. So
Okay. All right, what about you, Zasa?
thunderous items.
What was Zasa like?
I, of course, would like information.
I figured. Any particular type of information?
No. I am curious in all things, and therefore all knowledge is useful and exciting.
Has to become a researcher or get like a research grant.
All right.
Oh, you know who would love it here? Sorry, Zasa. I just had a thought.
Our friend.
Mm-hmm.
Zasa, the lady who did our spyglass.
Yes.
I think she would like it here as well.
Do you
Sorry.
guys do a recruitment program?
The registrar, who's been taking notes on the items you've requested, and items and things. Well, we do scour the lands for the most promising researchers. Yes.
What was her name?
Oh god, I can't remember. I'm the worst with names. Zasa, you remember, right? Oh, she was really clever.
I think
Not
I
as
might
clever as
have it
you,
in my
but-
notes.
Of course, but it's taken me most of the session to figure out where Marigold's voice was, and I think I finally found it.
You did find it, yes.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm
So
sick,
let's-
so
Pretend we know her name. You should go search for this person whose name I just told you.
Yes.
right. Yes.
Here,
That's
I
brilliant.
will find it for you because I'm honestly having a bit of a mind fart here trying to remember it, but
What was her name? It's like Mira or something. It was really simple.
What's the context?
The
Um,
lady who did our spyglass,
Yeah.
who was very
Okay.
excited.
The one we told to start a student union.
Yes.
Yes.
And we gave her a whole bunch of money, like a
yeah,
whole bunch of money.
you made her day. She was working on her thesis.
We all
Alright,
nice
Keela.
adventures. and
Keela.
Yeah.
Keela.
Keela. Keela.
Okay. Keela has been recommended to the vault as a potential future researcher. Okay. Perfect. It's in the notes. Well, we will certainly keep an eye out for her. Where can we find her? I mean, we can track her down, of course, but if you give us a head start.
She was in the
With that seaside town with that angry guy.
Right, yeah, what was that? Oh god. It's been months. But
has-
not really. Actually, it's been
Wait,
months.
isn't that also where the Ass League was? The tryouts? Is that the same city?
The Astley was
Just outside of it, I think.
just outside the river port. I mean the trading town. She was in. Let's just look at the map real fast. Why don't we? Map. Gotta grab the map.
It was.
Here, we'll show
It
everybody
was
the map.
the first one where we got the lizards, right? Not got the lizards. It's like right around that time.
All right,
Wasn't it
so-
near Derakeen?
So,
Yeah, I need the map.
most of first season was in Derakeen. She was in, I believe, Ethelwald.
Ethelwald, yeah.
Because Ethelwald was the academic town. Meliad was where you got your lizards.
It was where we got the lizards, yeah.
And then Border River, that's the Ass League was outside of that. There was the trading post town there, which, as you'll actually hear tonight at the tavern, has actually begun to form as a real town now instead of just being a trading post.
Ooh.
All right, so let's bring you back to the tavern. All right. So, you are all, as that little flashback wraps up, you're back in the tavern, and you basically spend the night telling stories of what you did last season. And by the end of the night, you all have definitely won best story of the night. You've lived more in couple months time than a lot of these people have in their lifetimes. So you do get a free round. And that free round, as specified earlier, was hurricanes.
Yes.
Now,
I was gonna give it to a noob until he said it was hurricanes. Now I shall keep it.
Now you get to keep it. I would like you all to just roll some investigation checks for me, just to see what kind of rumors you hear while you're here.
All right.
Like to see if you gain any
Investigation?
information. Yeah, just you're kind of asking around.
Can I roll persuasion instead?
You can if you're like kind of influencing people to tell you stories instead of like kind of eavesdropping.
That's more Marigold's thing, yeah.
If anyone wants to persuade people, you can as well. You can roll investigation if you want to eavesdrop. You can roll persuasion if you want to ply people to give you information. All right, so Marigold, you definitely get some information. You hear that one of the main things being talked about is that the little trading outpost that you had been at has begun to become a real town. They elected a mayor last month. And although that should be good news, the reason why they have banded together to be a town is less than good. Some strange things have been happening there. There's been fires, people going missing. There has been vandalism. And the whole reason that they've decided to band together and actually make their little home something official is because they needed a way to try and figure out what's going on. It seems that whatever is happening in the newly dubbed Rivertown is troublesome. And Kai, you hear something as well. Not about Rivertown this time, but instead you hear that there is a group of Manticora who have been getting kind of run out of the areas where they've been staying. Most Manticora are nomadic, and they will set up camp outside of various towns, city centers, things like that, to trade, stay for a while before moving on. But there is a particular group that hasn't been able to stay as long as they'd like. Trouble and bad luck seems to be following them. At this time, no one really knows exactly what town they've settled in, but it just kind of seems like everywhere they're going, they can't stay for long, because the town's blaming them for stuff, which is less than ideal for them. But that's about all the information that you guys hear. Is there anything you would like to do before you turn in for the night?
Other than...
Not really.
No, I don't think so. Make sure everybody's fed, taken care of, and then go check in on Menelu and I feel weird just keeping him in stables. I mean, he's a person. Can he stay? Can he stay in my room?
If you can get him in your room, without the bar noticing.
All right.
I have levitate.
Do you have invisibility?
I can levitate him. How wide does the window open?
Not that wide.
It seems like a design flaw.
Well, I don't
Do
know.
we have invisibility? Can we just sneak him in?
I could just ask, actually.
So,
That seems too
Yeah, we could
complicated.
probably try that first.
Nell is an ironbred. So if anybody is going to understand a horse person, might be
Yeah, I'll
her.
go ask Nell. I'll walk up to Nell. Hey, Nell, just a quick question.
Yeah, what can I help you
Do you
with?
see my friend out there? The zebra, the black and white horse.
Oh, yes, he's quite beautiful.
Right. Do you mind if he comes in? I'll stay on the ground floor. It's just it's sort of complicated. He got cursed, and he's been turned into a zebra. He's not actually a zebra. He's a person, and we just figured out a way to speak to him. And I feel really awkward just leaving him in the stables. You see.
Oh,
And I
that
was
is
wondering if maybe if we get him a proper room or something, or he could stay with me. I don't mind. I'll clean up after him if he forgets himself.
Well, I suppose he can room with you. Might be a little bit hard to get him in, but we can, move some tables around to get him through the door. I would just have to, charge as if there were two in the room. And
Right, no, that's fine.
if there are any messes, there would be additional cleaning fees.
No, that's fine as well. I think he'll be all right. I just really do feel weird just being like, go sit in the stables, actually human person.
Oh, of course, yeah, no. I mean, if someone just put me in a stable, that'd be quite rude. Yes, he can come in. As long as, he knows not to, whinny really loud or anything. People are going to be trying to sleep.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, I will let him know.
All right. We will, I'll get some of the bartenders to help move the tables around. Just get them in when you can, and let us know if you have any questions. I'm never had a zebra in a room before, but
Thank
first
you so
time for
much.
everything. You're welcome.
Genuinely, thank you.
Oh, and at least the floors are used to having hooves on them, so no worries there. And then, you are able to get Metaluan inside. People look at you kind of weird as you, lead a zebra through the bar. But, Nell kind of makes sure no one gives you any trouble. You are able to settle down for the night. Does anyone do anything else?
No.
All right. Give me one moment here. Okay, so after sharing tales long into the night, you trudge up the wooden steps, for those of you staying upstairs, and to the back room for Marigold and Menaluan. And you're weary, a little bit tipsy for many of you, but the sleep comes swiftly regardless. But you, despite telling tales all night, you don't dream of the past. Not the past.
Oh no. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh no.
Oh, and let me change what map you're on, because you're not in the tavern anymore. All right. Maybe don't look at stream for a little while.
Not looking at nothing.
Okay.
I just have chat open.
All right.
That's something. There we go.
Icy wind whips at your face. Your eyes feel frozen in their sockets as you struggle to blink against the onslaught. in a vast, white plain, and although you can see torches of a small village blinking dimly in the distance, the lights flicker in and out of sight as visibility worsens. I'd like you all to do a history check for me.
Oh, God. Alright. History?
Yeah, history.
Yeah. Very intelligent, well-educated bard here. Of course I have. No. No. Absolutely not.
I mean, I have to say, Caravan's been rolling fantastic on, like, knowledges today. Like, good job, Caravan. Okay, so...
It's your time to shine.
Zasa, you recognize that this desolate, frozen landscape seems to be the Arctic continent of Fenrir Lake. It is the northernmost landmass on Skarn. Because of the difficulty involved with getting there, if not the distance, few make the journey and even fewer return. Fewer, even still, both know of the land and care to travel there, further isolating the continent from the rest of Skarn. And Caravan, you know that one of the things that makes Fenrir Lake so hard to get to is that for much of the year, the sea is literally frozen to the point that you can't get a boat through it. And so because of that, you have to wait until you can steer your ship through the frozen water. Otherwise, you just end up getting stuck.
Yeah, I'll share this knowledge with the group.
Wait, are we all dreaming together?
Yes,
Again?
we're all here.
Damn it.
This isn't the tavern, and it's so cold.
I would actually like you all
Yeah,
to take a look at each other. Just get a good long look. You
Alright, a look at people.
realize that you are all dressed for the weather in heavy furs and thick boots, but you know that that apparel doesn't seem to be helping much, or not as much as you would have hoped when you seemingly put these clothes on. What you also notice, though, is that you all look a little bit older, maybe? You look a little bit more rugged? You don't look as you did when you were at the tavern. You almost feel as if some time has passed.
What does rugged mean? Like I haven't cut my nails in a while, or what are we?
I mean, maybe. You look like more harried, more traveled, like you've been adventuring for longer. You're looking a little bit gruffer. Adventuring life is hard.
Marigold's hair's gone white, probably. The pink is at the bottom, and the white's probably up here now.
Interesting.
All right.
What's going on?
Much older and
You're right.
Well,
That's
this
like
is just a
what
dream, so
if anyone's going to look at things far too much,
Sasa, you would say that it seems like years have passed, but you can't really tell
Ooh.
how many.
Okay.
These girls
It's
still together.
time, but being able to place an exact finger on that time is hard without knowing how you got to this point.
Gods, are you guys in here?
All you hear is the whipping of the wind.
well,
Okay.
we-
Oh,
Right.
can we
Friends.
control our dreams now? Did we do this?
that's what I was asking. If this is a dream, can we just like fly out of here?
I would like you all to roll a perception
If we're-
check at disadvantage for me.
Sure.
Well, that sounds
Is
good.
this listening or sight, rather?
This is sight-based at the moment, but there will be a listening-based one soon.
Oh. All right. I just have normal, so 13.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. So, Kai and Zasa. Zasa, you're really on your game here. So, each of you, kind of independently as you're looking around trying to figure out where you are, you notice that there's a scrubby little tree nearby that has a missing poster on it. The poster says that a scholar by the name of Bea has gone missing. She is an Eshik woman with long, icy blue hair. If the two of you would like to make a history check, you can see if you recognize the term Eshik.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, I probably didn't need disadvantage on that.
Oh yeah, not a disadvantage.
Are they from the other continent
Okay.
that I'm from?
So, they are not. They are from
Okay.
this continent. Fenrir Lake.
Then I have no idea.
Okay, so Kai, you got a 13, and Zasa got an 18. Alrighty, so, Zasa, you know a lot of things. You've done a lot of research, and Fenrir Lake has been something that's interested you for a while. You didn't know really how to get there. Maybe you didn't even really necessarily want to go beyond the urge for knowledge. It is very cold here. But you know that the Eshik are a diminutive people that share the stature and features of gnomes. They're short with slight builds and bushy heads and facial hair. They aren't gnomes, though. They are very different. Mainly because they are completely made of bluish ice. And their hair, including beards and mustaches, consists of many small icicle formations. The Eshik are native to Fenrir Lake, and they are very, very rarely seen beyond its frosty terrain.
Thassa, of course, conveys this.
I mean, I'm worried about missing people and all, but that doesn't explain why we're here.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, if we're having a shared dream, I imagine these are just going to be like little tidbits of clues that we should follow. So probably this missing person is important and we need to go look for them.
I'm gonna just look around. We're just in an icy wasteland.
Basically, yeah.
You said there was a town that we could kind of see in the distance, right?
There
Huh?
is, yeah. There is a town in the distance,
Okay.
Or at least a village of some sort. It doesn't look particularly big.
Okay.
But the snow is kind of obscuring it. Big gusts of wind will blow snowflakes in the way, making it really hard to see the lights that would guide you.
All right.
I'm gonna check my pockets. Do I have like climbing gear, ropes, or anything?
You do. You have some climbing gear, some ropes. You have what looks to be some warm weather camping or cold weather camping gear, such as a fur-lined sleeping bag and a weather-resistant tent. You all seem prepared to be here, even though you don't remember doing so.
Okay. Should we try to make our way towards this village settlement?
I mean, I
think
guess
so.
I've been thinking about waking up for like since we've been here, and I haven't woken up
Is it-
yet.
I think we're supposed to. I think we're being shown something. So let's go to the village.
Okay.
Forward.
All right.
Is anybody cold? Are you all alright?
If we get moving, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't like this.
No, if you
Yeah,
start,
no.
I mean, this may be a dream, but if you really do start feeling cold, I could probably take my cloak off or something.
I'm really dependent that these rocks stay warm because, well, I'm cold-blooded and this is not ideal.
No, it's awesome. Hold on.
Um,
I think I can warm you up a little bit. One cubic foot of non-living material for an hour with prestidigitation. So I will warm Zasa's clothing. Staff,
All right. Sounds like you do
Under
feel
here.
a bit warmer.
Thank you.
so she
Um,
doesn't
Nice.
freeze. And I'll just go around to everyone and try and do it. Yeah, there you are. Anyone else? Yeah, no,
you,
I
Marigold.
don't want you all freezing to death. Come here. Kevin, are you okay? I know you're used to the cold, but this is a bit much.
It's not too bad for me. Corinne's camera is frozen, so is this another instance where
Oh.
we need to...
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh yeah, looks like we froze. I don't know
Yeah.
what Zoom is doing today. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the Be Right Back screen again, and we will fix these cameras. I don't know why Zoom keeps freezing up today.
Alrighty.
Okay, muting us. We are all actually going to take a quick break as well because I just looked at the time, and so we will be right back, and we'll also fix cameras. So stay tuned. right, we are back. We also took a quick break while we sort out those cameras. I don't know why Zoom just keeps deciding to freeze today. I'm not a fan, but at least it's pretty easy to fix. Thank goodness.
It's because we're in the cold area.
It is.
Yes, it
Oh,
froze
boy.
because we're cold. That's definitely what happened. All right, I would like you all to roll me a perception check at disadvantage again, except for Marigold, because this is for hearing. And maybe Shaha, I'm not sure if this affects you. Anybody who has advantage for hearing, it would just be standard check, not at disadvantage.
Okie-do. Perception it is. Yep. Ha! I'm distracted by I'm distracted by keeping prestidigitation on people.
Ouch.
You're just all so cold. It's just really cold. You don't really know what's going on. Do you all just start trudging on?
Yeah. Suppose
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
All right. I would like you all to kind of arrange yourselves as you would be while you were walking about.
Which way are we
going?
heading?
You
Yeah.
would be heading this way towards this little stream, which is mostly ice.
Oh, I do not have control of my token.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate when it does that.
Yeah, me either.
I'll be hanging back with Sasa. I have control of my token.
Oh yeah, Caravan's the
Let
only
me
one who has
move
control of her
around
token.
freely. Oh, I'm so dexterous. Like Legolas just running on the snow. Y'all don't even know. Go.
It's those webbed appendages.
Yes.
They're like built-in snowshoes.
Snow is just water. I've got a swim speed. This is fine.
Do y'all see the bottom? Like my map, like cuts off just under where we are.
Oh yeah, there's
Unless
not too much left there, but there might
Okay.
be. I can't.
You
say
want
anything.
to roll 20 with maps of a certain size. It gets really fussy if you are at exactly 100% zoom. So if you zoom to 90 or to 110, it will
Oh.
restore that
There
part
we
of the
go.
map.
Weird.
Okay, you should all have control of your token.
Fun with roll 20.
Neat.
All right, so
Okay.
arrange yourself as you would. You are going this direction.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so is that marching order? All right, so
Yeah,
you-
sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to stand by Zasa. People are still okay. We're good.
Yeah, I'm like near Zasa but in front. So if Zasa's in the back, I'll just be away from Zasa, I guess.
Okay. All right. So as you keep trudging on, the weather is getting worse. The snow is driving. It seems to be getting underneath the collars of your furs, sticking to everything. Your eyes feel like they are, like struggling to close and open because it's so cold. But, you keep trudging on. Unfortunately, you're not alone.
Ah.
Oh no. Oh no. Is that-
Scorpio Bros.
Scorpio Bros.
Yes, apparently.
A pair of
Ah.
strange, monstrous beings skitter down from the cliffside on sure feet. Their torsos jet up from scorpion-like bodies, kind of like
So they come
nightmarish
back.
centaurs. Their humanoid torsos, arms, and head are covered in chitinous plating that gleams in the moonlight, or, what you can see of the moonlight through the snow. And their faces look oddly young, as if they're not fully mature yet. Two sets of multifaceted eyes glare out above crimson mandibles as their stinkers flit about, seeking out a target. I would like everybody, as soon as I get the tracker up, to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Let me clear the tracker first. All right. Remember to click your token before you roll. Roll that initiative.
Oof.
One of us was ready.
And
It wasn't Zasa.
Look, I
Initiative.
think you're taking it. I think you're taking the fact that you produce
Jeez,
warmth
Marigold.
from your bodies
I
as
knew.
just like for granted. It's serious privilege that you have.
Okay, one of them rolled low.
All right, let's organize this. All right, Marigold, you're up first.
Warm-blooded.
And you
Warm-blooded privilege.
see one of these strange scorpion beings seem to be rushing towards Zasa in particular.
Right, none of that. Zoop. I will position myself here. And immediately cast shit. It's been like a couple of months since I played this character. What are my spells?
Hideous laughter.
This is it's just a little combat, you know, to remind you combat exists.
Yes, it is today's laughter, and I am not funny.
mockery.
No, it's not vicious mockery. It's hideous laughter.
All right, they need to do wisdom
What's
saves.
cooler than being cool? Ice cold. I don't know. It's really cold in here. I'm asleep.
All right, which one are you targeting? Is it this one here?
This boy
This boy?
or
Okay.
person, this non-gendered scorpion entity.
This scorpion friend. All right, let's
Yay.
get that save. Oh, crit failure. This scorpion friend starts laughing, but it's actually uncomfortable for you to hear this laughing. It's kind of weird and like clicking sounding. It's very uncomfortable, but it seems to be laughing. Or something like
That wasn't
laughing.
that funny. Or it was. Right, that's my turn. I draw my rapier.
Alright. Alright, which one is this? Alright, not the one that's laughing. This scorpion gets close. And it sees you, Caravan, as a pretty immediate threat to whatever it's trying to do to Zasa. And it goes to take a sting at you.
And that means Scorpio Brow.
Does a 16 hit?
Going for an 18 here, Scorpio Brow.
The
That was a miss.
stinger
17. Okay.
flies towards you, like strikes down and buries into the snow instead. All right. All right, Caravan, you're up.
Irvin does a little scoot to make room for friends to come in if they would like to do so. Then she proceeds to ha with some claw action. She calls once. I'm guessing that doesn't hit at a 10.
That does not hit. No.
As a bonus action, she will claw again.
Oh, that
Up on
does hit.
18.
The first hit.
8 points of slashing damage.
Seemed to like just skate off that chitinous armor, but the second one does manage to get purchased underneath one of the plates, and it hurts. But it just looks like you made it mad, really.
That's fine. Get mad. Die mad.
All right. Anything else?
Die mad.
That's it.
Kai, you're up.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna pop forward here. And I am going to cast a spell. Inflict wounds.
All right. Oh, it's loading real hard.
I am going to use luck.
All right.
And I am going to try that again.
All right. Give it a go.
Let's see, where'd it go? There it is. Hey.
Ooh, yeah, that hits. Roll that damage.
Okay.
Okay. Which one is that going
it's
for? Is
14.
that this one?
The one right in front of me.
Okay.
Damn.
So, this, you see kind of a black sort of mist work its way up this scorpion friend's body, kind of withering stuff it touches. Anything else this turn?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, Shaho.
Gonna move over here to get in a range position. For my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and Hunter's Mark it.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and shoot at it. Let's go for longbow.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. And then I get, I think it's 1d6 due to Hunter's Mark.
I believe so. Okay.
Well,
So this first
All
one
right.
is looking pretty rough here. But it is the second one's turn. It is currently laughing. So it is going to have to make a save, I believe, to stop laughing.
Yep. Wisdom versus DC 15.
DC 15? Okay.
I think it's 15. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's 14. Sorry, we're level 4.
Okay, so you're 14? Alright.
Yar. Not for many years, but you know.
Okay, so it's still laughing. So you have a bit of a advantage here.
Oh, gotcha.
Alright, Zasa, you're up.
No.
You weird scorpion person. Go back to your nest and take a nap. You've been working really hard. DC 14 wisdom.
Okay. Oh, I actually forgot when I was doing the other save. These friends have a little bit of a thing here. So you said DC 14 wisdom?
Uh-oh.
All right. Still not rolling well. They're rolling very poorly. They actually are supposed to have advantage at this point. So I am going to re-roll that last save just to see if the other one did stop laughing, but it won't get another turn. So let me just give this one to see if it stopped. Okay, so this one did stop laughing, but it did not get a turn last time. All right, so this one is suggested. It's
If it stops laughing, so it would stop laughing at the end of its turn, that would change my target.
oh, okay. Yeah, so
So,
this one
that
did
one.
stop. So this one you're going to suggest instead?
Yeah.
All right, we will
Yeah, I'm gonna-
hold that roll, and it is suggested. So it turns around, but doesn't really get much further. It's
Been working real hard.
It's working real hard.
Go take a nap.
Gonna go take a nap.
Go home, take a nap.
All right. Now, give me one moment here.
These aren't the snakes you're looking for.
Don't mind what's going on over here.
Oh no.
You see another one come out of the snow. It's
Ah.
not in initiative order yet, but let's get it a initiative order.
Got more suggestions, you fuckers.
Oh, this one got a pretty good initiative. Okay. Did it put it in the right spot? I'm gonna have to organize this again, but then I will put it back to Marigold.
Okay.
Oh, right to you anyway. All
So-
right, we're good to go.
So this one was laughing, but now he suggested.
Yeah, he was laughing. Then he suggested he's gonna be walking
Okay, that
away.
one just popped out of the snow, and this one's menacing at Caravan or Zaza.
It's was targeting Caravan, but the ultimate target does seem to be Zaza.
Right, none of that. Rapier.
right.
Let's go actually with the Serpent Steel Scimitar. Oh, Jeebus.
All right. So you actually just hit it.
Oh.
The scimitar like kind of wedges under one of the plates, and it makes an unsettling screeching noise. It's still up, but it's leaking like this strange viscous blood onto the snow.
Okay, so yeah, that's 8 slashing and 4 poison.
Oh, since there is the 4 poison, as it's screeching,
Yeah.
it sinks to the snow and goes still.
Oh. Whoops. Alright. I only have 1 attack. I will inspire Caravan.
All right.
Is that who's next? Yeah, that's who's next. Otherwise, it would be Kai.
Okay, so this one is out of the running. But it's new friend's turn. Instead of approaching, as it sees that you're all more formidable than they thought. Yes. Okay. You feel a blast of energy towards you, Marigold. I would like you to make a wisdom save for me.
Sure. I'm really good at these.
You are.
You are.
17!
That's good save.
Today I am!
Good save. For a moment, you feel like your body started to kind of like freeze up,
Mm-hmm.
but then you start moving again. Whatever it was, it didn't seem to work.
Alright.
All right.
It was from this guy, yeah?
Yep, this friend back here.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
Karen seems suspicious of new friends. She doesn't like it when friends don't come up and try to shake hands with you. When they stay in the back and just wave, that means they're probably up to no good. So she will approach new friend aggressively and attempt to hug them with her fists.
Hug with your fists.
She will attack. So that's with 1, and then a bonus action. She'll attack again. That's definitely going to miss. But the first one was a 23 to hit.
The first one does hit. You sink your claws in.
Another 8 points of slashing damage. She is consistent.
She is. All right. It doesn't
That is
like
her
that,
turn.
but it's happy to hear it.
It can die mad like its friends.
It can die mad like its friend. Hi, you're up.
Alrighty. Well, since that inflict wounds did so well last time, we're gonna go ahead and run it again. Let me make sure I have range. Nope, never mind. Oh, actually not. Can I get there? Yep, I can get there. So we're gonna go for this one. And bam. 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Inflict that damage.
Image. 13.
Okay, let's do that damage. All right. It does that strange screeching, clicking sound again. It's still up, but it certainly didn't like that. All right. Anything else, Kai?
No, I am good.
All right, Shaho's turn.
I'm gonna transfer the hunter's mark over to this one right here, not the one that suggested. And we're gonna try to shoot it.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, that definitely hits.
I'm making sure.
All right. Oh, okay. So, I'm on the right layer. All right. So we get that is 18 damage total. Nice. The arrow flies through the air and actually like sticks underneath a plate in the shoulder of this strange scorpion. And it clicks its mandibles, but it doesn't go down yet.
Oh, this one's resilient.
All right, this one has been told to go home. So, it starts walking home. Kai, if you would like, it has left your... I think Kai and Marigold, because it was right here. You can each try and make an attack of opportunity as it leaves, but if you hit it, it will knock it out of suggestion.
Yeah.
So that's your decision.
Okay.
Are we gonna
I
let
mean,
it go home?
it can go
Or-
home.
Okay, so it starts climbing up the wall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, Zasa, it is your turn.
I don't know how the cold is going to affect this spell, but I'm willing to take the risk that it's going to hurt you. So, you know.
All right, so that's a DC 14 dex. DC 14. Oh, and this is acid splash. It saves. It kind of skitters to the side. It's listing heavily, but it does manage to get out of the way. All right, anything else this turn, Zasa?
Your spiracules are misformed. Yeah.
Your what?
Is that a snake part?
The scorpion part.
All right, Marigold, it's your turn.
Zasa is anatomically correct in her smack talk.
Alright, and this guy is cornered by Kai and Kevin.
Yes.
Alright, he's run off. Alright, I'll move up 15 feet. And rapier, again, non-lethal. Yeet. Nah.
Nah, misses. This is a slippery,
that was
slippery
deceiving.
scorpion. All right. Anything else this turn?
Nah.
All right.
Actually, no, I'll inspire Kai.
All right. Zasa, I would like you to roll a perception check at disadvantage for me. All right.
Ooh, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Don't mind me releases 6 more scorpions on the board.
Zasa, a scorpion pops out of the snow directly next to you.
Ah, come on.
And instead
I knew I
of
should have held action. I fucking knew I should have held action.
everybody just left you alone back here, I don't know what was going on with that. All right.
Sasha's still nearby.
Oh yeah, Shada's
Yeah.
still close. All right. I would like you to make a I would like you to make a wisdom save for me. All right, that is a failure.
No.
This scorpion speaks to you, and even though you don't necessarily understand what it's saying, you know that it wants you to follow. And it starts leading you away.
Well, I mean, that seems reasonable. I
It's completely
should go
reasonable.
see what they want.
Yeah, it starts taking you this way.
Wait, what?
All right, that is its turn. It is now Cameron's turn.
I don't like this at all.
No.
Caravan is mid-fight, but just was like, "Hey, Zasa, what are you doing? You can't just like make friends in the middle of a fight and not tell us and leave. Like you at least have to do it as a group." And she's gonna attack this guy.
Seems really important. They asked.
I
I don't know if they asked politely, but they asked.
Marigold's inspiration is a D4, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Is it D4?
It's a 4.
That's right. Yeah.
Make that last one a 15. Does that hit?
Yes, that does hit.
Okay.
So
She will do 8 points of slashing damage on this guy.
this one goes down.
This bro. Are they still kicking?
Oh no, they are a puddle of chitin on the ground. They flop into the snow, passed out at the very
Perfect.
least, or dying.
She's
depending.
gonna run off then. Sasa! Sasa, wait! Sasa! And well,
Wait, where's she going?
I don't know. I'm
just
just
trots
following.
up beside her. Sasa, where are we going? Sasa! That's her turn.
Oh, hey there, where you going? All right, Kai, it's your turn.
Alrighty, so I've got plenty of movement, so I'm gonna head this way. And let's see here. Should I try that? Let's see. You know what? Yeah, let's try it. I am going to cast Command,
Okay.
and I'm going to say stop.
All right, on Zasa.
And no, on the creature.
Scry.
Oh, okay, on this one who's leading Zasa.
Yes.
All right. Do I get a save here?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So,
find it.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, wisdom save.
Wisdom. Okay, I was like, I'm sure it's wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it in there. All right, let me roll that for our friend here. I think it fails. I think your DC is probably 14.
No, it's 12.
It's 12. Oh, okay, then
Yeah.
it just makes it.
Sadness.
It you see that it stops briefly, like holding for a minute, and then shakes it off. You feel like these strange scorpions have some sort of resistant to magic, especially mind control.
Apparently.
It seems weird. Anything else?
Let's see. I don't think that there is anything else I can do. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Okay, give me one moment here. All right. So, Shaho, it is your turn.
Going to run over here and transfer Hunter's Mark. And I don't know why you're following it, Zasa. I don't like that. I'm going to shoot at it.
All right. I would like you to also make me a perception check. At disadvantage, please.
Oh no.
Mm,
It's not bode
Oh
well.
man.
oh boy.
Everything's fine.
Oh.
Of course. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
This one
Danger.
does get hit. And
Don't like it.
but it seems pretty adamant to keep bringing Zasa wherever it's bringing her. Anything else this turn?
That's my turn.
for a second. All right. So, Shaho, something you hear rustling beside you. And another friend pops out of the snow.
Snow Fran.
Snow friend.
No
I don't
friend
like
of
it.
mine.
Wow. Snow friend of mine.
It strikes a
Megan.
stinger out at you.
No.
Oh, it does not have advantage, so it's only 14. I assume that misses? Or it might just hit. Don't
That
remember.
hits. My AC is 14.
Okay, I couldn't remember if your AC was 14 or 15. All right. So that's 8 piercing. You feel the stinger like pierce your flesh and like kind of stay there for a second before whipping back out again. All right. This one, I believe, was suggestion. It gets to make another save. So,
Nope.
oh, it does not. Does it just keep suggesting?
It just keeps going.
Oh, it's only if it gets hurt, right? So it keeps going home. It's fine to do that.
Should just hit it.
It's just going somewhere. You don't really
Oh,
know
no,
where
that
it's
one,
going,
yeah.
but it's going
No,
home.
That one's gone.
All right, Zasa, it's your turn. You're still following.
Question.
Hopefully it doesn't
Did that ability count as a charm?
Does suggestion count as a charm?
Probably
Essentially, you suggested one of them, and they suggested you right back.
not. I mean, that's fair. I can't really argue with that logic. So yeah, my advantage against charm doesn't actually kick in, so I'm following, and they're not moving, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you will have to. You just get to hang out while it until it gets to its turn. All right. Oh, you can do something else
although-
if you like, as long as it doesn't break following. As your main thing you're doing.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I can do whatever as long as I keep following.
As long as you keep following, yes. They weren't incredibly specific. Probably due to a language barrier.
So that one needs to do a DC 14 Constitution save.
Okay. Is this a spell or
It is a spell, yes.
Okay. You said con?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh, I think it saves.
You're too heavy. I mean, I'm not trying to say that your body image is invalid. I'm just saying that I can lift up to 500 pounds and you didn't move, so you should look into that.
It clicks angrily at you. All right, Marigold, you're up.
All right. I am actually up. So, right. I will approach. Zoop. And, shit. Do a thing. I will do a thing. I am so sorry. My brain is just like, what?
That's all right.
I only have like 8 spells, y'all, and I'm just staring at my spell list like, what am I doing? I don't remember. Fucking, I'm stabbing him.
I cast stab.
I cast stab.
I believe stab
I
misses.
fail at stab.
Or wait,
Shit.
no, hold on. It just hits.
Yeah, so there's
Oh, alright, so it's 5 damage and 1 poison.
All right.
And
Serpent steals in the fires.
All
I
right.
kept mine. I kept
Yeah.
mine. And hold on, just a second. I will use Whisper of the Heart to talk to Zasa.
All right.
Where actually are you going? Are you going somewhere? Why are you following them?
Well, she, or he, or it, or they, I don't know, cast suggestion on me. But I mean, even if they hadn't cast suggestion on me, I think I would probably still go because their argument to follow was very compelling. I can't remember the exact argument, but it made a lot of sense at the time.
This is not great.
I will explain this to the party. I will relay this.
Okay, well, I mean, it also thinks it's a good idea. Then.
Oh! No, that's not. No! Did you not catch the part where she said, spell of suggestion cast on her? Somebody just. I can't bring myself to slap her in the face. Can somebody else do it, please?
All right. So it is now the one who asks Zasa to follow's turn. And it basically just keeps walking. It is. It decides to try and, it's going to disengage now that Zasa is following.
Oh man, I was hoping it wouldn't.
And it books it into the snow, basically leading Zasa about as fast as her legs can carry her.
Oh no.
It doesn't take too long before they're both obscured.
Does
by
this
the
one take an
snow.
attack of opportunity on me as I walk past?
It does not.
Oh, they coordinated.
They did.
It's only a dream. It's only a dream. It's only a
You
dream.
see Zasa kind of fade into the snow. She's following and she can't stop. In an instant, almost, your enemies and your friends are gone, disappearing into the blinding snow
Wait.
of the relentless storm.
I have advantage on tracking it
You do.
because it's still marked.
You do. You can try and follow.
Also, how fast are these bad boys?
Oh, they're booking it right now. But it's
I'm
mainly
pretty
the snow.
Speedy.
It's mainly the snow.
I feel like this is a plot device.
It
I
is.
allow
You see, it seems like they could have disappeared into any number of secret hidden caverns that are in these cliff faces. Some sort of hidden cavern, cave, or crevice. But each of you awakes with a gasp. Faces damp with drying snow as your hearts thunder in your chest. The dream, if that's what it was, fades in bits and pieces. But one feeling remains. Dread. And that's all for the session, folks.
What? Shit.
Zasa, you do wake up in your bed at the tavern.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you're not
Probably
gone.
Marigold pounding on the door.
I really wish I could remember the argument that they posed. It was really compelling at the time.
Are you awake in there, Zosa?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, right. Okay. Good. We're all here?
Worst shared dream ever.
We've
I
got to
thought
stop
the
meeting
God
like
one
this.
was annoying.
Yeah, no, this
God.
one was definitely worse.
Oh, wow. Right.
I don't even feel like I slept. I'm so mad.
Was it one of our drinks that we had?
Oh, no.
Hurricanes.
Mm. Mm.
No, I think somebody's trying to show us something.
They can miss me with that.
So thank you everybody for joining us. The crew will be back next week, same time, same place. That little teaser was Frostlands of Fenrir Lake. It is a new continent for Scarred Lands that is basically like the Arctic. And it's full of lots of weird creatures, weird people, like people made entirely of ice, strange scorpion monsters. And it seems like scholars are going missing for some reason, and maybe sometime in the future, Zasa will be one of those scholars.
Is that
goes
why
missing.
they stole Zasa? They
That
took her
is.
scholar?
Yoink.
They did. So
Also, the Sakurai are super dicks.
yes, they are. They're
Super
really big
dicks.
dicks.
They're super dicky.
So you think that maybe you guys glimpsed a bit of your future. Maybe someday you'll be going to Fenrir Lake, and somebody there wants Zasa for something.
Thanks,
but
I hate it.
You're welcome.
I feel like if it were actually your future, we would have been higher level. I'm just throwing that out there.
Very true, but you yourselves had your own knowledge, so you were basically stepping into your future shoes without any
DM
experience.
sus.
You didn't have the experience to be higher level because you just had your own brains. All right. Well, that is it for the day. Thank you for joining us, but we are going to do a round to say everybody's name, who they are, what they do, and then we will be out of here. Let me get us to our no map screen. We will start from the bottom, which is going to put us with Shawnee. Who are you? What do you do?
There you go.
I am Shawnee of Shopcat Cosplay. I cosplay and dress up a lot of times like this because I love cats. And yeah, that's me.
And it was lovely to see you again. Roon, you're next.
Hi, I'm Roon. I'm sick, but I'm here. I play Marigold. You can find me on the internet at RuneSale on Twitter and on Twitch. I make art for Age of Sigmar with Cubicle 7. That's what I'm doing. So hi. Thank you for coming.
Yay! Megan.
Hello again. Soon to be farewell. I am Megan. I'm not really doing anything else because I've been whittling down my commitments in preparation for finishing the cloning process that I've been working on for several months. We're almost there. Typically, you can find me on Chromatic Chimera. Like I said, that's on pause right now. So I will be here next week if you want to hang out with me again. I'm also always on Twitter posting politics and gay shit. So yeah, come hang out. It's a good time.
This is definitely a good time. All right, Candy,
Yeah.
who are you? What do you do?
Hello, I'm Candy. I'm the executive producer of Dicey Amazons Entertainment. We have a Twitch channel. We do tons of shows. Our next show is tomorrow, where I will be DMing our History Rising 5e homebrew campaign, and lots of other things going on. You can find us at Dicey Amazons on all of these socials.
And definitely check them out. Alrighty, Hiromi.
Hi, I'm Hiromi. I write a bunch of books. My author page on Amazon is in the chat. I also write a bunch of things for Scion, Mage, and Scarred Lands, including a book, Dead Man's Rust, that will be going to Kickstarter soon.
Yes, these are all my players. They're fantastic people, and I am lucky to know them. I am Corinne. I have been your DM today, and you can find me on Twitter at ManicPixGirl on Twitter. This is the Frostlands of Fenrir Lake, if you want to get that. And we will see you all next week. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you again later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Let us put us to our away screen. Nope, not that one. This one. Boop, boop, boop. There we go.